Good evening, welcome to this week's talk show. So earlier this week, we gave Paul a call. He didn't answer during the live, but then he called us back afterwards. So he is now the proud owner of this MGB. So we'll watch that later on as well. But you're watching talk show at the moment. I'm Craig. We've not got Lydia again this week. She's racing in that, isn't she?
Yeah.
She is, yeah.
For 3 weeks, apparently.
It's a long race.
3 weeks.
It's like Le Mans.
So is she literally practicing for 3 weeks?
I think so.
So apparently I spoke to her earlier, apparently she's got test days that are coming up, and then she's got stuff that she has to do with the team. And then after that, she's got racing at Croft.
We do need to go and see her, don't we?
We do, actually, yeah.
I don't think she's very keen on us going. I don't know why. I did say, and she sort of just blanked me when I said it, but it'd be nice to go and see her.
Yeah, I guess it's sort of like your friends come and watch you play football.
Yeah, true.
You're always just like, what are they going to say?
Yeah. So you're watching Talk Show. I'm Craig. This is Rob. This is Nick. First of all, we have news. Who are we starting with?
I'll go first, shall
Automotive news, yeah?
Automotive news.
Classic car automotive news section.
No.
I'm doing that.
But
Right, okay.
interestingly, so there was... This morning, there was a number or a figure that came out that nearly 1 in 5 new cars bought in the UK come from a Chinese manufacturer.
Right.
So obviously, predominantly they're electric, hybrid, whatever they may be, but almost 20% of all the new cars bought now come from a Chinese manufacturer. So I wanted to ask you, at what point, there's a lot of now... There's always been that topic of, it's a Chinese brand, it's Chinese owned, everything else. MG, Chinese owned, Lotus, Chinese owned. But if a car is made in this country now, and as a lot of these, which we'll come on to later, a lot of these Chinese owned brands are, at what point does it become a British car, or does it not become a Chinese car? So Lotus, for example.
It's always a Chinese. If it's made...
But if a Lotus Emira is made in Hethel, the company, Geely, own Lotus, who are a Chinese company.
Yeah, but the car is made in Hethel.
Yeah.
I would say then you end up with a British manufacturer with a car built internationally. A little bit like the opposite, like Nissan used to do with Qashqai. Nissan, Japanese manufacturer, built in the UK.
But the perception of a Chinese-built car or anything that's not, I say not British, but a Chinese car is that it's plasticky, it's cheaply manufactured. And I suppose the question is, if all of the parts for the Lotus Emira, did you say? So the Lotus Emira, they're all going to come over from China. And technically, I'm just saying it's a British car. It's no different, though, is it?
No, but would you still consider it a British car if all of the parts come over from China? Always. So nothing on that car is made in Britain. It's just put together in Britain. You'd say it's a British car.
I'm wrong. But yeah, I would 100% say that the Lotus Emira is a British car.
Yeah.
But then I'm contradicting myself by everything.
Everyone's got a hill they'll die.
Yeah, but I think this is a really good point. So Chery, who's obviously a big Chinese vehicle manufacturer, they're looking and they've got serious plans to open a research and development facility at Millbrook in the UK.
Yeah, nice.
So that's based on developing their cars designed specifically to get the best out of them on UK roads.
Yeah.
So I guess my point coming back to whether Lotus would be considered a British car or not, if those cars are researched, are developed, everything happens in the UK, but it's a Chinese company, at what point does it become a British car?
Yeah.
And,
technically, it doesn't. You're right. If this is what you're suggesting, it doesn't become a British car. But then I suppose the question is, what's the problem with it being a Chinese car?
Yes.
It's a little bit like when we talk about bikes and you have a modern version of a classic-looking bike and they go, no, don't touch that. It's Chinese or it's Indian. Still a good bike.
Yeah. Well, and this is the thing. If nearly 20% of the new cars in this country are Chinese, from Chinese owned or Chinese manufacturers, people, or a lot of people, are choosing them for a reason, right?
Yeah.
So whether that is it's a cheaper price point, and I think Nick and I were talking about this earlier, if I wanted a car that had the same space, the same ability as a Range Rover.
And the same specification.
But I couldn't afford 80, 90, £100,000. I could go to a Moda, JQ, Chery, whoever, and for £20,000 get something very similar. Granted, it's not got the heritage, the brand, or the, I guess, luxury prestige behind it. But if that is what I need as my everyday car, does it matter?
But you do look at a JQ driving past and go, fake Range Rover. Do you or not? I do. I look at it and go, it's just trying to be a Range Rover.
There is definitely still that stigma, I guess, yes. But I feel like if so many people are now buying them, surely they've proved themselves to be good enough that nearly 20% of all new cars come from them.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think the reliability or the build quality 100%. And all that is now no longer an argument.
No.
And one thing I wanted to say as well is if you look at Toyota, Nissan, so the Japanese car manufacturers that now make cars in this country, there's no longer, at least from my point of view, there's no longer that thing like, it's a Japanese car. It's just a Toyota.
Absolutely.
So are we now going to move past it's a Chinese manufacturer to it's just a JQ, it's a Chery, it's a Lauda, whatever that may be?
Historically, that's pretty much what happened. Like when you think of towards the end of British Leyland, Japanese manufacturers started bringing cars in that were equivalent in terms of perhaps price and things, but the reliability and the build quality was better. That was kind of the thing. It was, excellent mechanics. It was almost like German-style mechanics and stuff there. Then in the early 2000s, you've got the influx of things like Kia, and I always say this wrong, Hyundai. How do you say
Hyundai.
Hyundai. Yeah. It's
Anyway,
like Hyundai and
Skoda.
That is how you say it. Skoda,
But then, you get into the 2020s and we're starting... You get into the 2020s and you're starting to get into the Chinese manufacturers and stuff, which are becoming more and more, I guess, accepted in the car park. But going into what you're saying about the difference between the Range Rover and the JQ is lots of things right now. The retail price doesn't matter. It can be 60, 70, 80,000 pounds. But realistically, in your mind, it's 10 grand down and £1,000 a month.
Absolutely, yes, totally.
Yeah. So the ticket
that is
price,
the way the majority of us are living.
100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you have something like that, and like you were saying about the Cherries and that kind of thing, is you look at that and you go, okay, I can put £1,000 down. And £250 a month.
Yeah. And I think ultimately, does it really matter? If I'm driving, I don't drive
Well, I think that'll be interesting for if you're watching at home to comment on that.
Yeah,
because the majority of people watching along, the majority of people out there all drive. There's going to be more people driving Cherries and JQs than there's going to be
more accessible.
Absolutely. So I think if you're watching along, don't just leave a comment that's like, "Oh, it's Chinese."
Yeah.
What's the reason for it? Are we? I'm thinking we talk about what cars we should get to review, and I'm sitting here now thinking actually because we wanted to try and avoid getting modern cars because we're not a modern car company, we're a classic car company, but maybe a JQ, and put that next to we've got a lot of Range Rover people with a lot of Range Rover experience.
Yeah.
Do we get one and actually look at it and go okay?
But also, I think a fairer comparison would be if a JQ's £24,000. Put it next to another £24,000 and see. So for £24,000, you can get a Polo, whatever it may be. For that, you get this amount of space, this amount of luggage, this tech. For the same price, you can get a Chinese manufactured vehicle. So yes, it looks like a Range Rover, but is it
equivalent
fair to compare it to a Range Rover when it's 4 times more expensive?
So comment along. Let us know what you drive, why you drive it, and what the thought process behind it is. Is it money these days?
I think it'd just be good to hear people's experiences with different things.
Absolutely. Right, so moving on to classic cars now.
This brand new McLaren we're going to talk about.
Don't ruin this. So I'm pretty sure we all couldn't keep our eyes away from Monterey Car Week.
Totally.
Yeah. Great.
Totally.
So one of the big news that came out is the McLaren McL6GT.
Right.
It is a new McLaren, yes. But it's harking back to the original side of McLaren. So it's the first manual car that McLaren have done since the F1.
Nice, okay.
A few months ago, MSO, McLaren Special Operations, restored the very first McLaren road car, the M6GT. That's what Bruce McLaren wanted to cement the company with, but he only built, I think it was 3 of them. This one's gorgeous. It's all white. they've done an amazing job because it's McLaren MSO. So to celebrate that and sort of going back to it, they've taken a lot of the cues from the M6 GT and put it in the MCL. So the rear lights and stuff are all inspired by it. It's got the Screaming Kiwi, I think they call it, on the top of the gear stick.
Right.
And it's a proper manual gearbox as well. Loads of people are doing it at the moment. So Ferrari doing it with the 12-cylinder. Koenigsegg have been doing it for a while,
Nice.
which is essentially a manually operated automatic.
Right, okay.
Or you can sometimes get electronically controlled manuals. This is a full manual, clutch, flywheel, exactly how it should be. It seems to be that in that rarefied world, that's what people are going towards. So Gordon Murray released a new S1, which is basically the final love letter he's doing to the F1, which is his brainchild. But again, that's a naturally aspirated manual gearbox. Everyone seems to be going that way. But I'll read you a couple of bits from McLaren on this one. So it is based on the M6 GT, which is a one-off MSO-built restoration. Appeared at the Goodwood Festival Speed.
Right.
So they got it ready for that, which was basically, from what I've heard, they were thinking about releasing the MCL, the new one, at Goodwood, but it wasn't quite ready.
Right.
So apparently they've already sold out the cars.
Oh, wow.
Because people have just gone...
How many are they making?
They haven't said.
Just one.
They genuinely haven't said. If people or clients have approached them and just gone, I'd like one.
Nice.
So it's not part of the normal McLaren lineup.
Right.
So it's not with the 750, anything like that.
Yeah.
It's being built specifically by MSO for clients. So it's hand built. It's got its own carbon tub. So I think it's called is it Mono Cage 3 now. So all new carbon fiber technology is going into it. It's really, really interesting that a lot of car companies are going backwards.
Yeah,
They're looking at their historic fleets and going, this was great.
Yeah.
This was when, what was in the car park or what you randomly saw driving past the car when you were a kid.
Yeah.
It's stuck in your head.
Yeah.
It's nice to see that manufacturers are going back to like poster cars.
Yeah.
Again, the prices and stuff on these are going absolutely crazy for that. Very rarefied. Like Sotheby's at Car Week had their most successful auction weekend in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane. But yeah, I think the MCL6 GT is already going to be a landmark car.
Yeah, it sounds really cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
You've got some classic car news now, haven't
I've
you?
got some classic car news now. So last week... Didn't even go in a classic car, I went on a train. So last weekend was Formula E. I didn't know too much about Formula E, other than I think you wrote about it at some point. And I saw that it was coming to London. It was the last one of this season, so I thought, I'm going to grab myself some tickets and I'm going to go along. But I wanted to talk about it in a different way. I just touch upon it very quickly, because I left there and I then realised how big the event was. It was brilliant. The event was absolutely superb. It was held in London XL. Half of the track was indoors, half of the track was outdoors. So I couldn't get my head around that. So the whole thing was really, really good in that respect. But obviously there's big talk at the moment with Formula One and influencers, the fact that they're inviting all of these influencers along. Some people are unhappy about it. Some people don't mind it, but that is the way of the world. Similar sort of thing was happening at Formula E at the weekend, but I wanted to touch upon something else. I didn't go because I had free tickets. I didn't go for any special reason other than I took my little lad down there. And one thing that I wanted to talk about, and this is probably the same with Formula One as well, is you go into what's called the fan zone. The fan zone is this absolutely enormous place which was so magical for adults and kids. You had my little lad who's 8, 9, and an adult standing beside him, both on car simulators, and we basically spent the whole day in the fan zone. We watched the race at 3 o'clock, but that's one thing that you don't get from influencers, and that's the bit I noticed the most. You can sit there and watch all of these glitzy, glammy photos, people standing in the pit lane looking pretty, being really close to the racing drivers, and you kind of expect that that's what it's all about. It isn't. If you have the opportunity to go, then absolutely go and experience it that way. Experience it with the fan zone and all of the food outlets and all of the simulators and all of the people you talk to and the clothing and everything. It was superb. So hats off to Formula E for not going to OTT. They might do next year. You might see even more influencers and posh bits like that. But if you follow socials and you watch it along and you just believe in all of that, then just take a step away from that and actually go and grab yourself some tickets and go to something like Formula E, because the race was phenomenal. Wasn't mad busy, probably will be next year. I think they're going to up their game and it's going to become a lot bigger. But the whole day was superb. And we've got some real footage from inside the fan zone at what the normal person would see.
Yeah.
And that's how you should experience it, because it is phenomenal. So, well done to Formula E. It was a really, really good day.
I think next season as well, it's only going to get bigger. So I think you said they've signed an agreement with Disney now. So it's going to show. And the Gen 4 car looks.
So the Gen 4 car, I'll touch upon that quickly.
I think there's a quick clip of the Gen 4 car.
Is there? Okay, so it's absolutely phenomenal. It's 0 to 100 1.8 seconds.
Yeah.
I mean, how on earth can a car go 1.8 seconds?
It's basically an emergency stop and reverse.
It's incredible. Yeah. That's going to be the car for next year. But are we playing a video out?
There's just clips and stuff.
Fine, okay. Yeah, but it's well worth going. And look online at our reels and everything like that, and you'll see see loads of stuff from the day.
I've got a question about the fan zone, like you were saying about spectators and that kind of thing. I mean, we've been to quite a few sort of races and stuff. You went to Snetterton for the British touring cars.
Yeah.
We've been to Goodwood a handful of times, that kind of thing. I think what is interesting is showing people what a normal fan would get.
And I think that's
that rarefied pit lane stuff is great, and it's absolutely brilliant. But it's not.
And for the person going, the influencer who's going, who's been invited, why wouldn't you say yes to that? But also, to stand in the pit lane and show off that being that close, step foot across the track, go into the fan zone and show people what it's really about. Because I think
excitement
exactly, I think it's so much more important to do that, and I think that is what a lot of influencers lack. It is that. So but overall, really, really good day.
Cool. And then earlier on this week, so someone else had a very good day.
Yeah.
Two people, so Timothy and Paul, who are our latest competition winners of the MGB and the Rest Bracelet. So earlier on this week, we drew them out as our winners, and this is it now.
Do a little test. So we do everything on Google Random Number Generator. So what I'll do is I'll go way beyond any of the draws that we're doing today and just do a little test run for you. So if we do like 6,000 to 8,000, generate. There you go. So that's how it works. So you say 600 on rest.
The rest.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, take it back to 0. Only fair, isn't it?
Not entirely sure how many were left on the rest, though.
Oh, Nick. I was joking when I said he was getting fired earlier, but I don't know if you feel the same, Craig. But
right, okay. So ticket number 1.
Oh, hang on, I can't find the.
And 600.
It's all going wrong.
It's going well. So we don't know how many's left, but it was about 40.
It was 40. So it was 45 last night, 40 earlier. So I would assume it would be 43. Left.
Right, okay, here we go then. So good luck to everyone who's in the draw for the rest. 79. Ooh. 79.
Low one.
Okay, so then if you go onto our website, you see everything along the top. If you go to competitions and then scroll down, there is an entry list. That shows every single entry list that we've ever done since we started competitions back in 2019. They're all still on there. So you'll go to Niki Lauda and then you'll see all of the names and numbers that are in the draw. So it's ticket number 79 for the Niki Lauda. We won't phone the winner of the rest one.
No, just in case he's in the draw for the MGB and thinks he's won a car.
No, that's true. Okay, 79, there we go. It is 79, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Okay, 79. And there is 79. Timothy Harrison is 79. Have you got Timothy there? Where's he from?
Wales.
From Wales.
He had 2 tickets.
Okay, congratulations, Timothy. So did he get anything else on that order?
So interestingly, he would have been disappointed last week because he had a ticket in for the Tiger, the bike, and the Defender. So he didn't win either of those, but he did win the rest.
There you go.
So he had 3 items and he won it this one.
So congratulations. So that is Timothy, wasn't it? Timothy Harrison is Niki Lauda. Should we go straight into the draw of the MGB?
Yeah.
And 31 tickets left. And how many tickets were there altogether, Nick?
3,500.
3,500. Should we do it? Oh, we don't need to do another test, do we? So 1, 3,500. Are we ready? Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay.
That's correct.
Oh, it's a low one again. 201. 201. I think it is someone. I've got a feeling. Scroll down. 201.
Oh.
Is someone. I feel like I recognise names every week.
I know, I do.
201. Let me just double check that. So 201. 201 is Paul Barnard. Have you got his order up?
I will have shortly.
Congratulations, Paul. Paul Barnard has won an MGB or cash alternative of
8.
Oh, quite a nice cash alternative.
£8,000.
Hello there.
Hello, is that Paul?
Speaking, yeah.
Hello, it's Craig at Bridge Classic Cars.
Yeah.
How you doing, all right?
Fine, thank you.
Good, good. Were you watching along to the live a minute ago or not? Or have you just phoned us back?
No, I just phoned you back.
Oh, okay. Well, I've got some good news for you. So you entered a competition to win an MGB.
All right.
Well, you've been pulled out as the winner of the competition for the MGB. So you are now the proud owner of an MGB.
That makes 2 then.
Oh, have you got one?
I've got a project in the back of my workshop.
Well, this is very much not a project. So now you've got one that you can use and enjoy now until your project is ready.
Magic.
It is absolutely stunning. Because you're fairly local to us, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm about in the woods, about 6 miles north of Thetford.
Right. So you weren't at Helmingham, were you? For the big
yeah.
Did you see the MG then?
I don't know whether I did actually. No.
Oh, okay.
I was on a club stand, and we were quite busy. So.
Oh yeah, it was busy. It was a busy event. So yes, but that was there. So your new car was actually in the same place as you last week. So congratulations. The question is, you don't need to decide now. I think I probably know your answer, but you do have a cash alternative of £8,000 or the car.
Right.
You don't need to decide now, but what would you initially think you're going to do?
Well, I'd probably go for the car, I think.
Okay. Oh, congratulations. So what I'll do is I'll give you a call tomorrow. We can have a proper chat, so you can sleep on it, decide what you want to do. The plan now is the car will come back into the workshops, gets a full pre-delivery inspection by us, and then it gets delivered to you in our covered transport. Or if you decide tomorrow you want the cash alternative, that gets transferred to you straight away. But we can touch base in the morning and have a proper chat.
Lovely.
Nice one. Have a good evening.
Make my day. Thank you very much.
Congratulations. See you later.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
So Talking Classics is back this week. Talking Classics has taken on a few forms over the last year or so. So it's been written interviews, some video interviews, and it's now back in its new kind of podcast style format, I guess. So the first one, or the first of the new series, starts with the We Are Music charity, who we recently raised money for through our Series 2 a Land Rover competition. Nick, you were there to film.
Yeah, it was really interesting. So it was at Decoy Studios, who we've done stuff with before. The Series 2A used to be the weapon of choice for decoyers. It belonged to Chenzo, who runs Decoy. It's really cool. They're a music charity that helps kids get into music, not just with learning an instrument or anything. It's learning about how to play with other people. Some of the business side of it as well. It also offers like practice. It offers recordings, that kind of thing. It was really, really fun to listen to speak to them. So we spoke to basically the guys who run it, the guys who work at it, and the kids who are getting the benefit out of it as well. It was really cool. We had Mark Murphy with us, one of our really good friends, was pretty much the voice of Suffolk for pretty much the entire generation of us. It's really, really cool. So we've got a little bit of a snippet of it. But it is now, the full video is live on the YouTube channel as well.
Well, with me now is Toby Scott from We Are Music. Toby, it's great to see you. What fantastic surroundings we're in.
Yeah, I know, it's beautiful, isn't it?
When you talk about recording studios, this is way up there, isn't it?
Yeah, you can't get much better than
Incredible,
this.
incredible.
So We Are Music's a charity that's based down in the Tendring area, and we offer free music lessons and engagement to young people. We offer band sessions, recording sessions, and overall help.
How long have you been doing it?
So we've been running for 16 years.
Wow.
And I think this year it's looking that we're going to work with about 8,000 young people.
There just aren't the opportunities really, are there? That's the trouble these days.
There's not, there really isn't. For young musicians, there's not. For all of, the music scene, Colchester here, wherever, there's not really a lot for music.
When I was your age, there were pubs, clubs, there were all sorts of places that you could go. It's really tough. So to have an opportunity like this that's open to everybody is really important. Because it can be quite a solitary thing, music, can't it? If you're at home, keyboards, whatever, you're playing guitar.
Yeah.
To actually be able to do it with other people who also love it, it must be great.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it is really nice, especially because it's sort of a really early start on playing like to audiences and stuff, even when it's...
Is it a bit scary when you did that for the first time?
Yeah, it can be intimidating, but because you start it at such a young age, it sort of brings that confidence up.
So that was when we caught up with We Are Music. The latest Talking Classics, or the new version of Talking Classics, is on the website now. That's the full version of We Are Music. So earlier this month, we were at Helmingham Hall for the big classic car show that we've been main sponsors of probably about 6, 7 years now. Our newest recruit to British Classic Cars is Andy. Andy has got an absolutely stunning Cosworth, and he brought that to the show and had it on the stand. So Rob caught up with Andy at the show just to talk about his car that everybody seemed to love.
Tell us all about it.
Okay, well it's a late E-Reg 87 Sierra Cosworth 3-door, slightly modified. It's a very clean shell, it's all painted underneath, and obviously everything's powder coated. It's running a 2-litre turbo that's been modified to about 400 horsepower. Obviously the wheels as well, it's running 17-inch wheels, not 15s, which have been made, I've had made for the car.
Because you're saying, no, these are the exact replicas of the
wheels. There's a company out there that make an exact replica of the 15-inch wheel, and they make it larger into a 17, so that all the dimensions, the width of the wheel, the offset is all exactly the same as what the original wheel would have been. Inside is completely standard, other than a couple of gauges in the dash. Yeah.
So how long have you had it?
I've had it for about 2 years.
And what's different now from when you first got it?
So from when I first got it, obviously it had different wheels on it. There was a couple of interior bits that were different. And I've rebuilt the rear differential in it as well. And then obviously just kept it clean and tidy and looked after it, serviced it. And obviously other than the wheels, that is it really.
And do you use it much?
All the time.
Really?
Yes.
So how many miles have you done in it?
I've probably done about 3,000 miles in the last 2 years. So yeah, I do use it. I don't see the point in having it and not actually using the car. So
can we have a look inside?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's got some rare things inside as well. Obviously, it's all standard inside. Obviously, apart from the gauges. Obviously, in the middle of the dashboard where the little screen is, that's like a digital display for all the mapping side of it that tells you all the details of what's going on with the engine when it's running. Obviously, it's got some other extras in there, like these side pods that are off of a Sapphire that have been modified to fit onto the 3-door because it tidies them up. You've also got things like in the back there, it's still got its original parcel shelf, and underneath that cover is the original first aid kit that would have been from Ford, which is the original one for the car still. It's got a big history file as well.
So do you know the full story from?
Yes, I've got with the car it came with 3 folders. I've got a lot of the original logbooks from when it was new, so it's a 7-owner car. It's done 111,000 genuine miles. I've got all the old MOTs, a service book that's stamped up to about 100,000. There's a folder with the original restoration that was done about 15 years ago when it was all painted underneath and everything was powder coated and put back on the car. So yeah, it's a beautiful car.
I'm assuming this is all original colour and stuff. It's all
yes. Well, there's this colour white, there's a load of different variants of this. And obviously this is a German car and not a UK car.
Right, okay.
So the colour can be slightly different between different variants and different sort of years.
Yeah.
Because this is quite a late car on an E.
Yeah.
It's slightly creamier than what some of the other diamond whites are.
Well, it's got a lot of attention today.
I know it has.
Yeah. So yeah.
I've had a lot of people asking me about it and talking about it, and
I think it's that. What do you think it is about these cars that makes people? Do you think it's the nostalgia side of it?
yeah, I think
Remember them?
people. That's the reason I've got it. I had one when I was 25, and I wanted another one. So now I'm nearly 55. I decided to get another one and enjoy it, and just enjoy them, which is what they're all about, really.
So thanks for watching this week's talk show. It's been a lot of fun. If you haven't seen, there's the new trailer that's come out for the Grand Tour. It's going to be very different to how we've seen it before. We're pretty excited for it here. Anything that's sort of that is always going to be fun. But yeah, thank you very much for watching this week, and take a look at this.
Welcome to our first Grand Tour.
Is that you?
Yes.
Ooh. That makes that me. And that Francis.
Whoa.
What rowing position are you going for?
Missionary, I guess.
That's Jensen Button.
That's much. Hey, I like, yes. Jane, stop! Keep it tight, Thomas! 2,031 brake horsepower.
Oh my God.
3, 2, 1. Absolute hellfire! Where's the jet? Holy shit! Do you think he's gonna be okay?
No. All right, start pulling. James, keep tension.
I'm tense as hell.